In the previous lecture, we have seen the concept of valency. Now we are going to see our next point, that is variable valency. As we all know, under different conditions, the atoms of some elements give away or take up different number of electrons. In such cases, those elements exhibit more than one valency. This property of element is called as variable valency. For example, iron exhibits the variable valencies of 2 and 3, as you can see in the video. Therefore, iron forms two compounds with chlorine, that is FeCl2 and FeCl3. Some elements that exhibit variable valency are as shown in the table. For example, copper shows two different valencies, 1 and 2. Copper with single valency is called as cuprous, and copper with 2 as a valency will be called as cupric. Same with mercury, it has two different valencies, 1 and 2. First is Hg plus, which is called as mercurous, and second is Hg2 plus, which is called as mercuric. In the similar manner, iron also shows two different valencies, that is 2 and 3. Fe2 plus will be called as ferrous and Fe3 plus will be called as ferric. Now we are going to answer some questions. Find out some more elements which have variable valency. Other than iron, you have to find out more elements which have variable valency. You just go through the periodic table, you will find them. Our next point is radicals. So in the video there is a table given on the screen. You have to write down the cations and anions obtained from the compounds. Now we will discuss one by one. In NaOH, there is one cation and one anion present. In KOH, there is also one cation and one anion. Similarly, in CaOH taken twice, there is one cation and one anion. In this table, we have to fill the vacant places with their respective cations and anions. Similarly, in the acids column, our first example is HCl. HCl consists of one cation and one anion. Similarly, HBr, it also contains one cation and one anion. Similarly, HNO3, it also consists of cation and anion. We will complete this table. Compounds with ionic bonds have two constituents. These are a cation, that is positively charged ion, and anion, that is negatively charged ion. Cations are positively charged, anions are negatively charged. They take part independently in the chemical reaction and therefore they are called as radicals. Cation and anion are togetherly called as radicals. It is seen from the above chart that different bases such as NaOH, KOH and CaOH taken twice has cations and anions. For example, NaOH has sodium Na as a cation and OH as an anion. Hence, the cationic radical are also called as basic radicals. Cationic radicals are also called as basic radicals. Different bases are distinguished from each other by the basic radicals in them. On the other hand, different acids such as HCl and HBr are formed when various anionic radicals are paired with the cationic radicals such as H+. H+ is a cationic radical and Cl minus is an anionic radical. The difference in the composition of various acids becomes clear by the acidic radicals present in them. Out of the given options on the screen, which are the basic radicals and which are the acidic radicals, you have to find out, and you will note down the answer of this question in your notebook as a homework. We all know the concept of cations and anions. Based upon that, you have to list out acidic and basic. Generally, the basic radicals are formed by removal of electrons from the atoms of metals, such as Na positive, that is sodium radical, and Cu2 plus, that is copper ion. Similarly, the acidic radicals are formed by adding electrons to the atoms of nonmetals, such as Cl minus and S2 minus. But there are some exceptions like MnO4 minus. Classify the following radicals into two types. While doing this, use a criteria other than the criteria used above. You have to classify these and write down the answer in your notebook. Now we will see monoatomic radicals. Monoatomic radicals such as Na plus, Cu plus, Cl minus are called as simple radicals. When a radical is a group of atoms carrying charge such as SO4 minus minus, NH4 plus, it is called composite radical. The magnitude of charge on any radical is its valency. The magnitude of charge on any radical is nothing but its valency. Now we are going to see the chemical formulae of compounds. The characteristics of a compound formed by ionic bonds is that its molecule has two parts. These are a cation and an anion. That is a basic radical and an acidic radical. These two parts are oppositely charged. The force of attraction between them constitutes the ionic bond. The name of an ionic compound has two words. The first word is the name of the cation and the second is the name of the anion. As we all know, cations are formed by loss of electrons and anions are formed by gain of electrons. For example, while writing the formula of a compound such as sodium chloride, we write like this. The symbol of cation is written on the left and adjoined to it on the right is the symbol of anion. The charges are not shown, though the number of ions is written as a subscript on the right of the symbol of the ion. This number is obtained easily by the method of cross. multiplication.